Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Thursday, everybody. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We'll check on your forecast. We're tracking showers and storms on the radar right now moving into our area. I'll take a look at that here very shortly. But then what about the rest of your forecast? What about the rain chances tomorrow and then your weekend forecast? And hey, Thanksgiving, it is a week away at this point. So what does the beginning of Thanksgiving week look like? I'll have that answer coming up here very shortly. Let's get right into your forecast. First off, live look from our Arctic Air Skycam network, and you can definitely tell where it is raining right now. It is raining over there in the Savannah area right now, seeing some of that heavy rainfall. I'll take a look at the radar here very, very shortly. Lawrenceburg seeing some of that cloud cover. Rain chances will start to increase as that batch begins to move closer to our area. Florence on the campus of the University of North Alabama, seeing a little bit of some light out there, but clouds continue to increase. And on top of Montesano Mountain, Huntsville, seeing those clouds off in the distance as well. And we'll continue to see these showers and storms track on through the area. So here's our live Viper radar right now. There is lightning and thunder with this activity, but as you can tell, there's no severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings, no warnings in general along this batch of showers and storms. So while it will be noisy, that doesn't mean that it's going to be severe, but there could be some stronger storms in the mix with some gusty winds, maybe around 30 miles per hour. And of course, you're seeing a lot of heavy rainfall with this activity as well. Let's zoom in a little bit closer, take a closer look here across parts of the Savannah area towards Waynesboro, down towards the Shoals right now. One of the heaviest parts of the cell, or the line, I should say, moving into our neck of the woods will be this one that's northwest of Iuka. This will be crossing near the Pickwick Dam here very, very shortly. Just a lot of lightning, a lot of heavy rainfall across the area. So if you're driving along Highway 72, if you're driving along Highway 64 or Alabama Highway 20, once you get up towards the Walnut Grove area of southern Tennessee, expect some of those heavier showers to be moving on through. As we move a little bit further to the west, you're seeing a little bit of some rainfall creeping into the Lawrenceburg area from the west side right now, but that's not overly heavy. The heavier stuff is back into Wayne County, but that'll be moving in very, very shortly. Columbia, Mount Pleasant right there along Highway 43, maybe a few isolated spotty showers. A lot of this I don't think is reaching the ground at this point, but wouldn't be shocked if maybe there's a little bit of drizzle getting down towards the ground. Linville, you're dry right now, and Pulaski as well. I-65 corridor, you're dry, but this will start to move on in from the west. Just give it some time. If you don't see rainfall this after, or at least in the next hour or two, just give it some time. You'll be seeing it most likely later on today. Then your next best chance will be overnight tonight. Got a stall frontal boundary across our area right now. That will be moving north as a warm front as we approach the evening hours tonight. So this batch of showers and storms that's kind of riding along that boundary, once that starts to move further to the north, that will start to move further to the north with it, and that's going to lower our rain chances into our evening hours tonight, but then we'll pick back up once we get into the daytime, specifically the evening tomorrow. So that's what we're dealing with right now is kind of the overall setup. Now, with a lot of clouds and rainfall moving on through, high temperatures are going to be rather crazy today. Northern Alabama, you're in the mid-70s for the most part. And that's going to probably end up being the warmer spot on the map across our area. Across southern Tennessee, with all the rain and cloud cover moving on through, probably going to be stuck in the upper 60s to lower 70s today. So high temperatures might be a little iffy depending on where you live. This afternoon, I do think most of us at least get into the 70s. Some of us will get into the mid-70s, especially across northern Alabama today with those scattered showers and storms tracking on through. Notice once we get into the evening hours, clouds will continue to be a factor, but we lower our rain chances until we get into the daytime on your Friday. So forecast highs today, mid-70s expected across southern Tennessee, better chance at mid and upper 70s, close to 80 maybe in some areas can be expected across northern Alabama today. Your evening forecast, those rain chances, like I mentioned, they continue to stay on the lower end of things, right around 20 to 30%. This afternoon and evening. So if you have any of those evening plans, going out to dinner, maybe going to see a ball game potentially, you should be good to go, but I would take the umbrella just in case you run into one of those showers or storms. Temperatures won't be too bad. We're going to be staying in the 60s for the most part this evening. That continues into the overnight to an extent. Upper 50s to around 60 expected across southern Tennessee, northern Alabama, right around 60 to 62 degrees for your overnight lows tonight. Now going into the day tomorrow, there's a chance a good majority of the day could be dry, and we're just focusing in on the evening hours. But at any given point during the day on Friday, all I can say is there's a chance for a shower or storm or two to move on through. So we'll just have to go with the flow, if you will, during the daytime on your Friday. So if you have any Friday plans, just know, expect scattered showers to move on through at any given moment. Forecast highs on your Friday generally in the lower 70s across the area. So let's talk about it with your Futurecast. This is a brand new run of the Futurecast model here. So this is going to be the first time I'm seeing this and the first time you're seeing this as well. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're still tracking those showers and storms across the area. Notice how they start to move a little bit further to the north with time, with that warm front moving north of the area. 8 p.m. this evening, holding on to an isolated to widely scattered chance for a shower or two. The bulk of the day on Friday is going to be interesting, and it could be dry for some places. Once we get into 9 a.m. on your Friday, probably tracking a few areas of showers and storms moving on through. That batch moves out, and we're just dealing with some spotty shower activity here on your Futurecast as we approach noon on your Friday. So that's something that we'll watch for closely. And then once we get into the afternoon hours, look at that, 6 p.m., we're absolutely dry. So that's why I'm telling you there's a chance that a good chunk of the day on Friday might be rain-free for your area, but you still have those rain chances on the board in case certain things happen. I will tell you the better chance of rain will occur once we get into your evening and overnight hours as the front begins to move on through. Here's 10 p.m. on Friday, watching showers and storms starting to develop across the area. Based on some of the model guidance I was looking at today, there will still be some instability involved potentially during the late evening hours, so some of these storms could be on the stronger side. I don't really think we're dealing with a big severe weather risk, but I wouldn't be shocked if we might get an isolated severe storm or two. That's something we'll just keep a close eye on. That batch begins to move on through during the late evening, overnight hours. This is 1 a.m. going into your Saturday morning. Still tracking those showers and storms. Can't completely rule out a strong storm or two. Front begins to move on through. We start to dry out 2 o'clock on your Saturday. High temperatures have already been reached at this point. They'll be in the 70s for the most part once we get into your Saturday morning, but by the time Saturday afternoon rolls around, breezy northerly winds ushering in that cooler and drier air mass, and we'll be in the 50s and 60s once we get into your Saturday afternoon. Clear skies continue into your Sunday morning, 10 a.m. So if you're off to a church service during the morning hours on Sunday, don't need that rain gear, might need that light jacket on hand though, because once we get into the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to generally be below 60 degrees. We'll eventually get into the 60s during the afternoon, and then once we get into the midnight hour going into your Monday morning, a few clouds moving on through. Temperatures will be dropping down into the 40s overnight, maybe even some upper 30s potentially across parts of southern Tennessee. That's something we'll just keep a close eye on. Here's your 7-day forecast. Once we get into your Monday and Tuesday of next week, that's when our next chance of showers and storms starts to creep on in. It looks like it's mostly on Tuesday, but overnight showers possible Monday. So we do have another dry stretch of weather if you need to do any early holiday shopping or get ready for Thanksgiving. Saturday afternoon is dry, all of Sunday is dry, and pretty much all of Monday is dry as well. Then we're tracking showers and storms Tuesday. Wednesday, chance of showers. Right now, it looks like most of that is going to be off to our south, and we are going to start to dry out for your Thanksgiving. Right now, Thanksgiving Day looks dry, but temperatures will probably be in the 50s. So we'll have another cool shot of air coming on through behind that front on Tuesday into Wednesday. That's your latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday afternoon.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.